let's talk about how I was processed and the journey where it all starts. So for jail, for me, I was a self-surrender, meaning for me getting put into jail, I was already aware that I had jail time. So I had a court date, and from court, they took me into custody. So I had already known, my family knew, my friends knew, I was already prepared to do my 30 days. So what that meant was my previous court hearing, the judge had already told me, my attorney had already told me what was going to happen, that on my next hearing, which is the one I get picked up on, from court, literally, I'm going to get taken into custody from there. So they call my name up. It's my turn to go. I literally kiss my husband, and that's it. I'm done. They're taking me straight from them. And I pick up my paperwork from the clerk of the courthouse. They've got all my court paperwork and legal paperwork. Literally, as she's handing it to me, there's an officer, and the officer's right there. It's just grab your paperwork, let's go. And you take a right. I mean, I don't know if he thought I was just gonna run away. I'm sure maybe that's happened in the past, and maybe that's why he's stuck to me like glue. And he makes sure that I get into this holding cell, and that's what it is. Literally, the court's innards of the building is basically holding cells. They're basically inmates in these. It's like a honeycomb. Think that, an ant hive. It literally is tunnels and hallways and just inmates held everywhere, because it's the superior court. So it's the big bad court, So from there, I'm getting processed at the courthouse. And normally they actually will process you for county jail. They'll process you at ITR. And ITR is where I'm headed next. ITR is short for Intake, Transfer, and Release Center. That's where, that happens. A lot of those things happen, intake, meaning intake, you're going to be taken into jail. Transfer, you are going to go from that actual building, that center, to maybe another county, another city, another state. And then our release, you get released from that area. So if you do get released from county, from jail, you will be released from there. But also, if you're not getting released and you're getting put in jail, they also will take you from there and put you in jail. So I think the worst part for me was, was the transfer part from the courthouse to ITR. I met 2 other women while I was getting processed. They were great. Just like me, they're normal ladies. They made some mistakes, and I won't go into what they did, but nothing crazy. They just made mistakes. They aren't murderers. But where you're emotional in there, and you're just trying to make the best of your situation. Luckily, they weren't mean or aggressive. They were going through it. I was going through it. It's kind of just, I would say, the energy getting taken from the courthouse. It's almost like it doesn't really hit you yet, because you're not changed out. You're still in your street clothes. You're still, you're kind of getting moved around, but things are happening, you're already kind of being treated like an inmate. And you kind of sort of, I think when you start to sit in one place for super long, and you don't have a phone to call anyone, you start to feel cut off. That's when that starts to happen. And I feel like if you're leaving your family, those 2 women, they had family that was in court. When you leave your family like I did and they did, it's emotional. That's the last time you're going to see them until you're released. And for those 2 women, they were actually going to DOC. So county jail was their first stop, as it is for most people that are going to the Department of Corrections, which is prison here in Arizona. So I got to at least have some company through this hellish situation. And, we got taken from the courthouse where they're doing our processing. They take our mugshot. We do our health screening, making sure we're not pregnant, or if we're pregnant, all the good stuff. They need to make sure we're okay. That's where they put us into the worst truck box thing. It's like a truck with a sardine box in the back. You ever see a pet animal control truck where they have a big like square metal box with like little compartments for like these stray animals and shit. That's basically what you're in. You're in something similar, but for humans. And with the three of us, we're sitting shoulder to shoulder, literally like squished. The roof is about this high. So if you're going to bump into something hard or they go over a really big bump, you're hitting your head. The wall is like right here. I could literally I could do that. I could lean maybe just a little bit further. But anyway, you're packed in like a sardine. And the worst part is that you can't see anything. Well, for me, the worst part is I can't see anything. And I have the worst motion sickness and car sickness. I need to see something. So I had to convince myself that, you know, like close your eyes, pretend you're asleep in the car, pretend you're on a road trip and you're just asleep. It wasn't hot in there, thank God. That would have made it worse. But they basically shackle you, put you in handcuffs, and they shove you into the sardine box and take you from the courthouse to ITR. So that's how I got to ITR, and my processing was done. Now I know that if you aren't self-surrendering and you are coming through a different way, like you can get picked up from, say, the city of Gilbert, or you get arrested in Scottsdale or Tempe or wherever, and you get put in that jail. You're going to see a judge in the city, and whether or not you might have a warrant or you need to be taken to MCSO to see their judge, they're going to take you from your city jail. They're going to put you in another box, a little sardine box, and they're going to cart you over to ITR. And at ITR, you're going to see another judge, and that's going to be the county judge that's going to talk to you about like the opening part of your case. They're not going to tell you, this is not where you say you're guilty or not. This is where they're going to, you know, they're just going to tell you what the charges are that you're being booked for. This is also where you get intermingled, and you see, you see everybody, men, females, they're all in ITR together. Everyone still has their street clothes. And this is basically the processing center, the stop before jail. And in the next video, I'll talk about what ITR is like. That's probably going to need to be a couple videos, but a lot happens in ITR. But as far as what happened to me in court, it was just basic, me showing up, getting taken into custody, getting processed there, which happened pretty quickly, and then getting put into sardine box and taken to ITR. So yay, fun. Stick around for the next one, and I'll talk about ITR and that experience.